Welcome back to another mead review. Today we're doing one of my own meads. This is the strawberry and banana mead that I made probably 2 years ago, and maybe 2.5. It's mead number 12. No, not. It's mead number, sorry, I'm looking at my list, 13 on my Grandmaster list. And I recently passed 100 recipes, not all meads, but 100 recipes in general of things I've brewed. So this one's pretty young in respect to that. You can see on it, it's pretty clear. It's pretty good looking mead in general. I'm pretty pleased with that. It doesn't have, I did a decent job whenever I bottled this thing of trying to not get any extra stuff in there. Hopefully with some age, this thing has gotten even better. To tell you a little bit about my process with this one, if you were interested, I used 3 pounds of honey. I think it was a gallon of water, maybe probably a gallon and a, no, it was about a gallon of water. I don't think I have my ABV for this one. No, I do, 12%, yeah. So I used a gallon of water, 3 pounds of Desert Creek honey, which I was using a bunch of Amazon honey at the time. In the secondary, put 4 pounds of strawberries in, and then 2 pounds of actual bananas in as well. And I think I'd like sliced up the bananas, done something to them. One interesting thing about bananas that I've read about and experienced some is, one, they don't impart too much flavor. They're not really great about imparting banana flavor. In fact, people often use other manners of flavoring banana flavored things for liquors and wines and whatnot, because it's so hard to get a nice banana flavor from bananas. So I don't recall, I can't remember my original tasting of this, but another thing about bananas that's interesting is that they are used to provide mouthfeel for a brew. And oftentimes people will throw a single banana in, half a banana and something into your brew, and it actually does kind of thicken up the mouthfeel of your brew, which is interesting. So let's go ahead and pour it. Again, this thing is really, really clear. I'm pretty pleased with how clear it is. Yeah. A little bit of flocculation. There's some legs on it. Yeah, they're not really sticking to the glass too much though. It's very, what's it called? Shoot, a tutti frutti smelling. What's the other one? I can't remember, gosh. It reminds me of the jelly bean. There's like a specific jelly bean I'm thinking of that's like tutti frutti-esque. Yeah, you definitely get a little bit of a burn. Well, there's a lot of honey smell. Very, very floral. Yeah, ooh. I do get a lot of strawberry on the nose. I don't get a lot of banana. I mean, I get a little bit. Interesting. Okay. Well, I don't believe this was ever back sweetened or anything. So, and I keep saying I don't believe because truthfully, I've made 100 recipes now. I can't remember every single thing I did in one of these. That's why I am writing them down. So let's taste test it. Okay. I can definitely feel the mouthfeel difference. I've tasted lots of 12% meads that can be still somewhat watery. There's definitely a, not thickness to this thing, but there's definitely some fuller body to it. Oh my. This is pretty fantastic. I get a lot of strawberry taste from it, and I do get a little bit of banana, but it's, again, very light. From my 4 pounds of strawberries I used to the 2 pounds of bananas, I think that the ratios were kind of skewed. So that's one issue. It is extremely bright. And I think that's because of the flavor profiles, but also the honey I used was that Desert Creek honey, and I pretty vividly remember it being a dark honey in general, but it had such a very strong floral, I think it was a wildflower, floral honey character to it. And in some ways, this sounds weird, I'm getting a little bit of like a slightly like lavender smell, like just a tiny hint of it. Man, I'm really, really impressed by this. I was kind of skeptical, not that your first meads can't ever be good, but I have tasted my first few and I was kind of like, I was left pretty bummed. This thing has a lot of flavor between all of our different characters we have here. The thing that I really like about it is while I got a little heat from the nose, it's still very smooth. It doesn't feel like 12%. And I think that's something that it can be really good and kind of bad at the same time because obviously it'll sneak up on you. So, yeah. Okay, so because this is my own brew, I do want to suggest some things that I would do differently if I were to do this again. So starting right off the bat, knowing that banana is not a flavor, knowing now I should say, knowing that banana is not a flavor that imparts well in a brew, I would probably find some other alternative for adding bananas into, or banana flavoring into a brew. And I don't necessarily have an answer for what is a good substitute. In truth, I think that there could be lots of things out there. I need to do some research. I do like the mouthfeel that the banana provided. I think because it's a rather, I mean, it's like a slimy fruit in some ways, but it's also, I think the breakdown of a banana, the particles in it are so fine that it can add mouthfeel that it can get imparted into the brew a little easier. Whereas like apples and those things, they have really fine particles as well. But, well, even then, I guess that can also add some mouthfeel. Anyways, I would probably have doubled my bananas. Even though I know it doesn't provide as much flavor, it still would give a more full mouthfeel. So for my 1 gallon, I would have done 4 bananas. I really like I'm liking the strawberry side. I do wish I was getting a little more of the sweet side of the strawberry, and that could be combated / fixed by if I had back sweetened this thing. This thing wasn't back sweetened at all, but it still has some sweetness to it, and I think that's from the fruit itself. And the floral character of the honey with time has actually promoted a layer of sweetness, even though it's technically dry. I don't have a final gravity for this, or I might, I don't know, it's somewhere over there. I did use the 71B, which a lot of people refer to as the 71 Beast because it does ferment through things very efficiently. So if you want something that's a fast fermenter that can do a lot, that 71B is really good. I do believe it goes up to 14%, I'm pretty sure. So that and the D47 go up to 14%. So this thing, had I capped out at 14%, put enough honey to get there, I could have back sweetened without having to put any potassium sorbate or metabisulfite in or stabilize in any manner. Definitely would have added some more banana, added some more strawberry. Having my experience I do now, I would actually probably take and cold crash this thing after the primary or whenever I felt like it was ready to be cold crashed. And then from there, I would have probably racked it off, maybe cold crashed again to try and get off all the yeast. I don't mind using potassium sorbate or metabisulfite, but I know that the metabisulfite side is where you get some of the, it makes the hangover worse, I should say, from what I've heard. And then I'm a proponent of pasteurizing. You just have to be a little bit careful when you pasteurize and you have to do it in the right way. So I probably would have done the cold crashing method, hopefully been able to stabilize it that way and then back sweetened to provide a little more sweetness. But it kind of tastes like a jelly bean. It's really interesting. The thing that's helped this thing the most is time. And I want to encourage you, if you're watching this and you've made some meads, let your meads age. And I know it's really hard because maybe you've made 1 gallon of mead and you started it 3 weeks ago and you want to drink it immediately. That's fair. That's understandable. I think that the best thing you can do is to make another mead so you stop thinking about your previous one as much. Eventually, if you have 2 or 3 things going at once, you can have 1 thing you're drinking, 2 you're working on, and then that rotation just keeps happening. Now, I know it's not always possible. Some people are not able to continue to brew things like that. But if you are, that's helpful. Another thing you can do to really help the mead community is to go out and actually buy some meads. You might buy beer and wine. Why not go ahead and buy some mead as well? On this channel, I like to review, commercial meads from people, places I get, wherever. I also like to do my own mead reviews and those things, but I definitely think that supporting your local meaderies and meaderies around the world essentially is a really important thing for us to do. So go support your local meadery. If you don't have mead around you, then go find some online or maybe in a liquor store around you. So this has been really interesting. I've enjoyed getting to do this. This thing sat for 2 years. So yeah, it's 2018. I think I bottled it the beginning of 2018. So this thing, yep, it is 2.5 years old. Interesting. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Please subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content, and go check out the main channel. The main channel is, of course, where I do more of my mead testing and those various things. And I need your support. I love your support. I appreciate it. I like getting to make meads and do all that. This video of me actually making this mead is on the main channel, just man-made mead. So if you want to see me making this mead that I tried, I'll try and put a link to it down below in the description too. So thanks for watching. Go check out some more videos, go make some mead, and I hope you have a great day. Cheers.